everyone, and welcome to this new series of presentations around using Facebook and Instagram and the Meta suites of apps as a business tool for your creativity and perhaps your brand's visibility. Now, my name is Anita Wong and I'm a video marketing consultant, but I'm also a lecturer of Facebook and Instagram marketing at a university. So if you are a student at university or you are an intern, perhaps working at a company and you're working in the digital marketing area, or you're a small business owner like myself who wants to understand a little bit more deeply how you can use Facebook and Instagram and all the tools associated with Meta, then please do subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you get personalized notifications of the other videos in this series. I plan to do 12 videos in this series covering how to use Facebook and Instagram as a business tool. So it won't only include what's going on Facebook and Instagram, but it will also look at live streaming, we'll look at using video marketing tools, we'll look at using some of the basic tools to create content, and also look at some of the ins and outs of the digital tools that you may be needed to use when you work in a digital marketing arena, or you may need to suddenly have this massive learning curve as an entrepreneur. And I'm hoping that these videos will help you. So I've got a presentation that I'm going to go through today, looking at how you can use Facebook and Instagram as a business tool and introducing you to Facebook and Instagram as a whole. So Meta is the new name for Facebook and Instagram. And in October 2021, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook's founder, split the Meta suite into two parts. So he split it into, number one, the family of apps, which are what we pretty much know about: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp and Messenger. But he also created the reality labs, which are his augmented reality, his Oculus and his smart glasses. And it's the first part of this that I want to concentrate on. So it'll be Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp and Messenger, and how you can use all of the digital tools available to you to enhance your brand visibility in this area. I will not be touching on Oculus, augmented reality or smart glasses in this series. Now, looking at Facebook's monthly active users, we have to think about Meta as a whole. So even though Facebook here has shown that there is a steady climb, if you were to look at Instagram as well, there is also a steady climb. And if you look at the world most used social platforms, you'll also see on this list WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. So 4 of the apps within Meta are in the top 7 of the most used social platforms in the world. So it's really worth you considering using Facebook or Instagram as a business tool to help you raise your visibility. And it's something that I think is really important to understand in all of this, is how the social media platforms overlap. So just looking at this graph now, and I just want to go back to say that I got the data for this presentation from the data reportall.com, and I also got it from the Inside Intelligence eMarker Statistica 2023 website. So if you want those, I'll pop them in the description of this video so that you can actually go and look at this information for yourself. Even though all of these things are relevant, and this one in particular on the overlapping, Facebook and Instagram are fantastic social media platforms to work on. But if your audience aren't there, then concentrating on other platforms is still going to get you the same audience. And I'm just going to go back to this graph now to just go through that with you. Audience overlap over the platforms that we use for social media is quite large now. And it's not like a certain demographic hang out on only this platform, and it's not like a certain demographic only hang out on that platform. You can see from this graph that they actually overlap, and that's quite interesting in itself. So if your main audience group is on Facebook, for example, you'll find that they're also on YouTube. In fact, 72% of them are on YouTube, 72% are on WhatsApp, 74% are on Instagram, 52% are on TikTok, Telegram, and so on and so on. So you can see how the overlap happens. If your target audience is on YouTube, they're also going to be hanging out on Facebook, as you can see, and also on WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, and so on. If you're focusing on TikTok, for example, you'll also find that the audience that you've got on TikTok are also going to be active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. So the reason I'm really going into this graph for you is that if we move on to the next slide, the key takeaways of this data is that marketers don't need to be on all platforms at the same time in order to reach the majority of their audience. So if indeed you want to concentrate on one or two of the larger platforms, you're pretty safe in the knowledge that the majority of the social media users as a whole cross over to all the platforms that we have been discussing here. What's the key factor, I think, in this, before we move on again, is where you're getting engagement. So yes, the audience can be across all of these platforms, but if your brand or business is getting engagement on a particular platform, then it's really important that you focus on that platform, because where you get engagement, you're going to get the know, like, and trust factor coming in. And as a business owner or as a digital marketer, getting engagement is key to you being able to sell later. So different types of content that you can upload onto Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook, you can do Facebook posts, Facebook video, live video, stories, reels, Facebook shopping, post in Facebook Messenger, and also in Facebook groups. Instagram, again, it offers posts, Instagram images, video, carousels. It's got stories, it's got reels, it's got live video. It's also got DMs. You can also have Instagram groups, and you can also now live stream as pairs and up to 4 people on Instagram. So there's lots going on both of those platforms, and there's lots of different media. Even though Instagram has gone through a stage where it's becoming more video focused, you can still use all of the other posts as well. So it's not like you're restricted to that one thing. The user journey on both Facebook and Instagram is very similar. Your user opens the app, it looks at a post, whether it's on Facebook and Instagram. You can see that you can do all of these different things: private message, brand awareness, sell event tickets, visit website, buy products, lead generation, link videos and share videos, share posts from feeds, sell products, brand awareness, and go live to your audience. You can do any of those things on either Facebook or Instagram. And in fact, even on WhatsApp and Messenger, they're started to introduce groups and chats and video. But we're going to go into those 2 apps at more depth later on in this series. So we're just doing an overview of Facebook and Instagram as a whole today. Now, I just wanted to show you what a Facebook page would look like. So I've chosen one of my favourite drinks at the moment, which is Tenzing Natural Energy, which is why I've got it on here. But I just want to show you the difference between the Facebook page and the Instagram page. As you can see, it's really the layout and how the 2 apps enable you to interact between you as the digital marketer or business owner and the consumer on the other side. You can see Facebook tends to be still a little bit more like a website-y sort of view, whereas Instagram immediately seems so much more immersive with big, bold, square grids. On the mobile, I've done this from my iPad, you can see again, Instagram just seems to give you that more immersive feel. So the typical workflow on Facebook and Instagram, just want to go through that with you so that you understand how you can actually make this project and being present on Facebook and Instagram work for you. Usually what happens as a digital marketer is that you put an update up. You can share that post or video to stories, to groups, to your timeline, to your messaging, to WhatsApp, to Messenger, depending on where your remit is and how much information you want to share, you can do that. Think about the hashtags and the keywords that you're using when you're sharing on Facebook and Instagram, because all of your posts on Facebook and Instagram, if it's on a business page, will be public. So therefore, when somebody searches for something in Google, for example, your post on Facebook and Instagram can be pulled up in there. And if they search in the app themselves, then your post will be pulled up as well. One way of really getting engagement is to tell a story. So use a hook, a pain point, a solution, and always have a call to action. And we're going to go into more depth in this as the series goes along. But just think, if I want to show my audience something about my product or my service that I have, what and how can I do that? What's the hook? What's going to capture their imagination? What's going to stop the scroll? What's the pain point that they are always up against? Like if we look at my Tenzing, it's like, what's the hook? Well, a new flavour would be a hook for me, or the ease for drinking it. What's the pain point? For me, it's finding a healthy alternative to fizzy soda drinks. The solution for me would be having it easily. So like my bottle here has got Tenzing in, I can just do it from a powder form and I can drink it from my desk. And the call to action, of course, in that particular product would be to buy it here, maybe a special offer, a coupon or something like that. Use stickers to increase your visibility. So on both Facebook and Instagram, depending on where you're posting, you've got interactive tools that you can use, polls, quizzes, stickers, all sorts of different things. Consider using tags. So in other words, tag your users or use tagged resources. So in other words, if your audience or people who are buying your products are tagging your products in their posts, use that public posts as well in your own profile to enhance the interaction between you and your audience. And of course, reach out to influencers if you feel that that's something that you could utilize as part of your marketing strategy. Repurpose your content to your website, repurpose your content that you put on your Facebook account to your Instagram, repurpose it onto YouTube, repurpose it onto TikTok, repurpose it into blogs. Don't just create one piece of content for one platform and then forget that it needs to go everywhere else, because you want to be as savvy with your time as you do with your production. So create a piece of content that can go across all platforms and tweak the description that goes with it so that it's more attuned to the platform you're talking about. And for this, it's Facebook and Instagram. Share those posts. So share those posts into the different areas within the platform that you can do. So if you put a post up on your Facebook business page, you can share it to your Facebook stories. You can share it to your personal feed. And if you're on Instagram, you can share it to your stories as well. Brand your posts. So in other words, when you are posting on Facebook and Instagram, try to keep your brand message succinct with your brand. On Instagram, there's been quite some considerable changes recently, and I just want to show you what the platform looks like. So this is a typical 9-square grid that you get told about on Instagram. Now, nowadays, it's a little bit more fluid than that. A lot more on brand. So here, I've used Tenzing again. You can see that there is a lot of different options. So if you look closely at this PowerPoint, the middle picture shows the post. So the typical 9-square grid is made up of product pictures, it's made up of individuals, and it's made up of tagged photos. The one on the left shows the tagged photos that Tenzing have been tagged. So in other words, the person who's bought the product has tagged their company, and those are being shown up on their grid, and you can actually share those to your story to highlight that sort of thing that's happening. And here on the right hand side of the screen, you can see that the reels, their own tab, and you can see that you can consume the reels really easily on Instagram. Another thing that happens on the mobile only is that when you are in Instagram especially, and on Facebook, you have the shopping tab. So here I've used John Lewis and Tenzing to show you that on the picture on the left is John Lewis's shop, the picture in the middle is Tenzing's shop, and also on the John Lewis app they're using the feature called Guides, which is something that's available on Instagram where you create like a PDF. So they're using guides to show you the best rated products, which is a really good thing to do. Not that many people are using that, so if you've got a product and you can create a guide from it, this works really well. Messenger and direct messages are really somewhere where you can really connect with your audience on both Instagram and Facebook. This is just 2 examples of Instagram. You can see that Tenzing have got some preset questions for you to go into and answer. So what are your specialty foods and beverages? So they're basically asking the questions that we would normally ask as a consumer, and then you click on it and you get the answer. John Lewis is doing the same. What are your most popular products? Are products eco-friendly? So these are some of the top questions that their customers are asking them. So they're preloading the messenger bot inside of Instagram with this information, and this is completely free, both of these, so that they can connect with their audience more succinctly, which is something that we really need to be considering. So let's move on to some of the practical elements of using Instagram and Facebook. Both hashtags are active on Facebook and Instagram. So what are hashtags and why should we use them? So hashtags are an important way of you expanding your Instagram reach, both on Instagram and Facebook now. It's a bit like a short keyword. So in other words, when somebody types a string of keywords into the internet, for example, how fast does your cat run? That's a string, that's known as a long form keyword. That's like a string of keywords. An individual keyword or hashtag is one word or two words with no space with the hashtag at the beginning. And it is searchable, and people can follow hashtags and they can actually find information out from hashtags. So that's why hashtags are really useful. They are a combination of letters, numbers, and or emojis, but they always have to follow the hashtag sign. So the hashtags are clickable. So anyone searching on Facebook or Instagram with a hashtag can actually search using just the hashtag to get posts and reels and things like that up. On Instagram and Facebook, the maximum hashtags you can have is 30. However, it is recommended that you play around with the hashtags and have less hashtags to be more succinct with your search. In stories, you can have up to 10, and you can include them in your description, but I wouldn't put your hashtags in the description every other word, because what you want is you want your description to be able to be read properly and not be broken up by hashtags. You can have low, medium and high level hashtags. So pick a collection. Low hashtags means that not that many people are using them, which sometimes will help smaller creators and smaller businesses owners get more reach. However, the more competitive the hashtag is, the higher number of people searching for it and the higher number of people using it. So just bear in mind, have a little look at some of what your competitors are doing, see the hashtags they're using, and use a mixture of the higher level hashtags, the medium level hashtags, and the low level hashtags. This is a great way for you to then work out how people are searching for you. So try creating like a mind map of the different types of keywords you think your audience or your target audience might need, and then look at that in more depth and make a list of different hashtags that you could use. Here are 9 different types of hashtags that you can use for your business. Hashtags by location, so in other words like hashtag London Life or Digital Nomad or London Sweets. Daily hashtags such as Monday Motivation, Tuesday Tips, Wellness Wednesday. Hashtag with phrases relevant to what you do, like be creative, brand message, tell us more. Hashtags with acronyms such as quote of the day, outfit of the day. These are quite popular and work really well as well. Hashtags with emojis like the word shoe and then the actual emoji. And if you want more help with hashtags, I use an app called flick.tech. That's usually quite good. You can get a free account with them as well. Another way of increasing your search and visibility on both Facebook and Instagram is to use localized search function. So in other words, on both Facebook and Instagram, you can actually add your location to a post, and that will also help you to be seen, but you can also use hashtags with locations. So hashtags for Instagram communities in your industry could be like carpenters of Instagram, sober girls of Instagram, or US mums, you know, things like that. Instagrams with location like Northern Ireland, St Albans, London. Geotags are a way of you being much more specific about where you are located in the area. So in other words, if you are a local business, like a brick and mortar business, it's really quite useful to use geotags and also location hashtags, so that when you're putting a post up and you want people to walk through the door, they're actually looking at that area and being pulled to you more. Here are a few geotag filters that you can be aware of for campaigns. So tag your location in the newsfeed. So on Instagram and on Facebook now, you can tag locations on your newsfeed. You can tag them in stickers. You can also add them in stories, and you can add them in reels. So there's lots of different places that you can use the geotag, which is useful. Here's some examples of where to find those geotags in the stickers. So they've got location sticker, you've also got support your small business sticker, and you've also got your mention sticker. So you can see here that there's lots of different ways that you can add your location to your posts and also help raise the profile of your local small business. Let's look at frequency of posting to Facebook and Instagram. Now, this really does vary depending on what your overall goals are. So when you're setting your overall goals for your business and also your campaigns, your frequency of posts will be dictated by that, but also it will also be dictated by your time. If you're a small business owner, you're multitasking, you're doing lots of different things, and you want to be as aware of your time as possible. So don't spend, like, if you commit to posting 5 days a week, then that's quite a lot of work for you to do. So commit to posting how often you want, and then your audience will get used to that, if that makes sense. So don't overload yourself with work. Just you set the continuity and then you stick to that. So ideally, once a day to your Facebook or Instagram feed, if this is your main account, but a minimum, I'd say, of 3 times a week. Now, the reason I say a minimum of 3 times a week is because you want your audience to know that you care about the interactions that are happening. If you post once a month, people aren't really going to think that there's much going on. So you do need to be consistent. Spend about 15 to 30 minutes a day engaging with other people's content on either Facebook or Instagram. Spend at least 15 to 30 minutes engaging with your audience and with other people's posts. Now, to do that much more easily, you can use the Facebook Business Suite, which you can access either on the desktop or on the mobile phone. And we are going to cover that a little bit later in this presentation. Upload into stories as often as you wish during the day. So if you're promoting something in your feed, stick to that theme and maybe do a little bit of behind the scenes before you actually show what's going on, and then maybe a call to action. If you want to go live on Facebook and Instagram, then it's better if you can to stick to a schedule with your live stream. So perhaps choose one particular day a week to go live and actually promote that beforehand. But check your insights out to see how often people are interacting with your posts. So the first couple of months of building up your visibility is really a trial and error time, and you can just work out what works best for you. When you are posting, whether it's a feed post or a video post, it's really good to have some structure to it. And if you were to think about the way you could structure a video, a reel or a post, think about the hook, like I discussed a bit earlier, what grabs the audience's attention, the description of the pain point, what's making them want to look for you, why do they need you, what's the solution that your product or service can offer, and of course that all important call to action, because people don't know what to do. Sometimes they need you to tell them, hit my bio button for the link to buying it, hit the shop tab, DM me a message, go to my website. All of these are call to actions that you can tell people to do, whether it's in the written format in the description or whether it's verbally inside a video. In stories, reels and videos, again, you can do it. Section 1, you can divide up into your hook, then your pain point, your solution and your call to action. Record it in 4 sections, 15 seconds a section, or if you want to shrink your reels down to a shorter length, just keep it short but keep it on point, and your videos will work really well. Now, Facebook and Instagram is really good because you can cross-post between them, and they've made it so easy with the introduction of the Business Suite and the Creator Studio, and all of those tools that they give you to use for free enable you to schedule and post across the platform. So you can upload content to your post, and then you can share this to your stories. You can create a story and upload it and share it to your Facebook. You can share from Facebook to your highlights and to your other social media platforms. It's so easy. On Instagram, You can pull out a video or a story, and as you can see, you can share as a post, you can share it to other places, you can actually tag people in it, you can actually share it to your Facebook story. So all of it's been made easy for you to use. It's just knowing it's there in order for you to start using it. At the beginning of this presentation, we spoke about the business suites and Meta as a whole. Inside of Meta, we've talked about Facebook and Instagram, but they've also got direct messaging in Instagram, and you've got WhatsApp, and you've got Messenger. So all of these things help you to interact more closely with your audience. So take your interactions and your longer messages into the DMs. So connect and start a conversation, use instant replies, which we saw just now on the John Lewis, and also use frequently asked questions. Link in your messenger so that you can send them to downloads or coupons. So links actually work inside of Messenger on WhatsApp, Instagram, and in Facebook. So taking people into those areas, if sharing links is difficult in the posts, makes it really personal. What we're going to do now is just quickly have a look at setting up your Facebook business page and then looking at the Instagram account. So key ideas to include in your Facebook bio. So you've got your Facebook account, you've got your picture at the top, that's like your billboard banner. Your profile image should either be yourself if you are a personal brand, or if a logo if you are a more of a corporate brand. Your page name needs to be consistent across all of your social media platforms so that people know exactly who they're looking for. And you can set your own vanity URL inside of Facebook, and on Instagram, your username is your vanity URL, so you'll get that automatically. You can have a brief summary of your page and up to 255 characters. And of course, your URL on your Facebook account can be put into your website, so when people are on your website, they can easily click from your website to your social platforms. Add your page category, contact details, phone number, website address, location, hours of work and services, all can go into your Facebook business page when you're first setting it up. To help you manage your Facebook account and Instagram account, you can use the Facebook Business Suite. This enables you to actually manage both of the platforms in one place. Here on the mobile, it's called the Meta Business Suite. You can see you've got Facebook, Instagram, you've got all your messages, you've got your comments, you've got your posts, your stories, your mentions, your tags, and you can also access your planner in there as well, which is really, really cool. So some essential information about your Instagram account. It is essential that your Instagram account, if you're using it as a business owner or your digital marketer, that their account is a creator or a business account. And the reason for that is that you get some very valuable insight. Key ideas to include in your Instagram bio is like your username, what your title is. Give them like 150 characters to showcase what you're about. So like this is my one, YouTube video inspiration. I'm a YouTuber and video marketing, helping entrepreneurs to be more productive by using the digital tools that suit their needs. Then I asked them to download my 26 video ideas, so you can see how you've got the call to action. There's also a new CTA button. If you can see, I've got this learn more button there. If you click that, it gives you the options to capture people's information. You can actually do little quizzes in there. You can ask them questions and they'll give you information back, which is super cool. Also in the Instagram bio checklist, you can have emails, you can have directions, you can have call me, you can have book now, you can reserve tickets, you can do all sorts of different things in that area. And it's really up to you to work out what's the best way you want to interact with your audience and the best way you want them to connect with you. Story highlights are a way of you elongating the length of your story by keeping them on your picture. And you can see here I've got highlights there. The circle bits are the highlights, and they make your stories go from lasting 24 hours to forever. So just quickly, Instagram bio checklist, key elements to think about. Remember who you are and why they should care about you. Include your branded hashtags if you have any, and of course always include your CTA. So this was really just an overview of what Facebook and Instagram is all about, how you can use it as a business tool. And if you want to, you could go off now and go through this checklist of things for your own Facebook business page account and your own Instagram account. Actually go into your Instagram account and check whether your Instagram account is a creator account or a business account, and whether your Facebook account is set up properly. And once you've done that, come back to this video and let me know what your Facebook account is and what your Instagram account is in the comments, and let me go and check it out for you. So my name's Anita Wong, and like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to learn more about using Facebook and Instagram as a business tool to enhance your visibility and to generate leads, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video, because next week we're going to be looking at the Meta Business Suite and also the new Creator Lab to help you get more ideas for your creativity.